Hi there, welcome back. So in the last movie you have learned that how to create a document setup for your horizontal business card design, and you have also learned how to set up a proper base documents for any graphic designs you are going to print in commercial printer. Like you learned about bleed, safe zone area, making a proper color choices, coated color and uncoated color, and choosing a proper color mode while you actually going to print your graphics, like between RGB and CMYK. So you use CMYK in order to print it properly in any commercial or digital press printer. And then the most important thing you learned in the last movie, that how to create a custom guide. That is really great. So now in this movie we're actually going to design our actual business card, both front and back side. So now let me go to here, and you can see here this is the logo I talked about in the last movie we are going to use in this particular chapter. So this is the logo which is based on my upcoming course, that's name is the most important JavaScript interview question, and this course is JavaScript interview based course. So yeah, this course is gonna be great because this course is never going to stop. I'm going to add every week currently the most important questions in JavaScript you will going to face during your JavaScript interview. So yeah, this is my upcoming course, and that's why actually I designed this logo here. And now in the last movie I told you that actually I'm using coated color for this guy. Well, let me just do one thing. Let me press Ctrl 0 here, so I'm going to just make it big here, and you can see here if I go to this color swatches here, you can see swatches, and if you didn't find here you can just go to window here and you can see there's swatches here. Great. And here you can see actually I told you that I'm using this color book here and Pantone solid coated color. And now I switched to this Pantone CMYK coated, and only reason actually I switched from this Pantone solid coated to CMYK coated is that I want to use a specific color, and I found it in CMYK coated color. So this is the exact same color I wanted to use, but here in this particular case it was actually little bit closer to that, but this is exactly what I wanted to use here, so that's why I chose this one. And it's really fine if you're using any coated color here. Make sure that if you are just going to print it on a hard copy, well, there's a business card, and business card can be printed on the hard copy and the normal copy, but mostly you can see any business card is actually going to be hard copy. So that's why if you just imagine that it's going to print on any hard copy, go ahead, use coded color. And like Letterhead, which is going to be like always normal copy, then you can just use uncoated colors. And don't worry about this how to do that. Well, I'm going to show you very easiest how to find uncoated color for your coated color. That's it. So yeah, now I switch to this one. So I just get back to head click here, and now this is the color. So this is the first one, which is actually name is Pantone P20-8C, and this is second one, Pantone P179-114C, coated obviously, Pantone P179-1C. Okay, so this is the color I'm going to use here, and I just go ahead, close it out here. And what I'm going to do basically here, first of all, let me just get back to here, and I just click this template here. I press Ctrl 0. It will going to bring it in up front, so you can see it very clearly here. So yeah, this is our front side. So now what I'm going to do basically here, first of all, I'm going to just grab this rectangle tool, and I'm going to create a big rectangle here which is going to fit here. And here inside this rectangle we are going to design our stuff here. Well, this is the rectangle. You can actually create anything you wish here inside, and if you want to change a background of your business card, you can do it very easily here. So if you want to change something like make it like blue, black, anything you wish, you can just go ahead and make it. It's up to you, and you can just just use some kind of a gradient. It's really gonna be easy. So yeah, actually first of all in this case I'm going to use this complete white here. And now what I'm going to do here, basically I get back to here, and here I'm going to get back to here, and here you can see this is the rectangle we have just created. I'm going to just lock it out. So now if I lock it here, you can see now it's locked and I cannot move it here. See, I cannot move it. Great. And there we go. There is actually our particular this template here, and now we can actually design our stuff here in this particular business card. That's great. So now what I'm going to do here, basically I need grid system here, so I can center it properly, my logo. So how to create a grid system? Well, now you know that how to create your custom guide. Well, grid system is gonna be very easy. So first of all, decide how much line you want. So you need like some smaller control, you can create a more lines. If you need a bigger control, you can create a small lines. Let me show you. You can just get back to here, lines, and I want like 7 lines here. So now 5 is gonna be in between here. So now I can control my logo inside this one. And if you want like like big control, you can just go ahead, use it. You can create 5 ones. So you actually going to have 3 line between 1 2 3 here inside, and here you can just control it. It's really depend that what grid system you want here. So I'm going to just design here admin 7. So let's go ahead, click there, and see bleed to bleed 1, sorry, and 2 and 3, here we go, 4, and let me just 5 6 here, and this is gonna be a final one, the 7 one. And you can't see it currently here because now this line don't have any strokes. So I can just go ahead and copy all of it. You see 2 4 6 7, and now I'm going to give it a stroke here, and now you can see there's a stroke here. Now what I can do basically, I want to align it like horizontally in center. So what I can do basically here, I can get back to here. You can see horizontal distribute in center here. You can see this line, click this one, and now we're going to distribute in properly center here. And this is how it's actually easy. You can see this is really great. So make sure you actually use that, right? So there we go, I just distribute in center here. And now what I'm going to do here, basically I'm not going to need this first one and this last one, and now I need this one. So now I can set my proper logo here, and I can place my text between here and all that stuff. Great. So now you know that how to create your custom guides. Well, you cannot use like this particular stroke because this is going to be really distractive. So we are going to create a custom guide out of this. So I can just go ahead, select all of it, and now what you can do basically here, you can just get back to here, view, guide, and make guide, or you can simply say control 5 here. I just going to hit this one, and there we go, there's actually our guide here. That's great, cool. So before, actually let me place control Z here, and now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to copy it from here, and let me just get back to here. I'm going to paste it here because actually I'm also going to use this guide here. So now I paste it here, and now I can simply press control F5 here. So I'm going to convert it to guide here because we're also going to use guide here, right? Great. And now here I'm going to just go ahead and select this 5 and control 5 to make it guide. Great. So now we have guide both our in front and back side. Great. So now control 0, and now let's go ahead and design our stuff. So here what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this guy and bring it here. Here we go, and make it a little bit small here. There we go. And I'm going to paste it to very center here. So what I can do basically here, you can see I can just go to here and I can just paste it here center. There we go. You can see it's actually in very center here. I can make it small even if you wish. It's really up to you that how actually going to fit display logo, because this is going to be our front side. So that's why I'm going to just place it very simple there, because in the front side I'm not going to place here lots of information here. So we are going to place our information at the back side. So this is going to be a very simple, very attractive. So yeah, you can see here, this is actually our logo here. It is actually in center. That's fine for me. So now this is our logo placed here. Now we want our tagline here. So because actually I'm using in this case my upcoming JavaScript course, so I'm going to give it a tagline of, this is actually based on an interview question. So I'm going to write here, an interview based JavaScript course. Great. So yeah, that's it. That's look cool, right? So I'm just going to grab this text tool here, and I'm going to write here an interview based JavaScript course here. So what I can do basically here, this is the most important information, so that's what I'm just basically to save zone area here. So I'm going to just click here and I'm going to write here an interview based JavaScript course. So an interview based JavaScript course here, right? So you can see actually I just write it, but it's not look good because this is actually very simple here. And you know what, actually in this particular chapter I'm going to use a very basic font. I mean very basic font you just can find in a system, it's already installed. So I'm not going to make use of any commercial font. So if I just make use of any commercial font, then I cannot provide to you and you cannot follow me along like I won't, right? So that's why I used pretty basic font here, so you can just follow me along. You can find this font in your system already installed, so you can go ahead simply use it. So let me show you. Actually I'm using here that Arial here, so I can just go ahead and just write here Arial here, and this is gonna be simple here. And you can see it's really not look that much attractive here. You can see, did you find this attractive? Well, I really didn't find this attractive. So how can I actually make it so attractive? Well, you can use different font, obviously. Let me show you. I can just get back to here, and now you can see there's actually in my PC, there's actually I have already installed, I mean it's pre-installed in my PC. That name is CJO script here, and this looks really great. I can just hit this one, and now you can see this is the font I'm going to use for displaying my an interview based JavaScript course here. But you can see this is not look that much good. What I can do basically here, let me just go to here and choose bold here. So now this is actually a little bit bold here, and now what I can do, I can just get back to here and I can shrink it down here. So let me just go to here, Control A, and now if you're using like a small letter and capital letter combination, then it's highly recommended to stay equal to 8 pixel or up. So now in this case you can see now actually here I'm 12 pixel here. I can go to 8, but I cannot go below 8. Remember this thing is really important. If you are designing your business card or any graphic design, this business card your customer or your clients going to give to their customers. So their customers might be like young, some old or aged people. If you're designing your graphic design, make sure that you stay equal to 8 or above pixel, because 8 pixel is a common standard which can be clearly seen by even the aged people. Remember that. But if you go below 8 pixel, I mean 7 pixel, then the aged people who actually they will have hard time to see what actually written here. So remember that guy. So I just go to here and I'm going to use this 9 pixel here. I mean point is simply means pixel, don't worry about it anymore. And I'm just going to just bring it here and let's see how it's actually look. So here you can see this is actually fine for me. You can see actually it's in center. I'm not going to place it into this particular inside this one. I'm just going to just make sure that it's actually completely centered here. And now in this case you can see this is actually in completely center, because here is a E is actually outside of this particular line and there's actually A. That's great. This is actually in complete center here. That is really great. So I can just bring it up here, and now this looks fine to me. Yeah, this looks fine to me. And I can just go ahead, bring it down here. And here's the most important thing I just want to let you know that if you are designing your business card, and if you're going to print your business card or any graphic design, the commercial going to charge you on colors. So as a more color you have in your business card or in your graphic designs, they are actually going to charge you more. So remember, your graphic design you are actually going to print is going to charge on color you used. Remember, you are going to pay for colors. So if you're going to use here like a green, like a red here, like a blue here, like here like different color, then you're actually going to charge for that color. Remember that. Okay, awesome. So there we go. This is actually look fine for me, and I can just bring it up here. And what I'm going to do here basically, I'm going to choose this color here. You can see this is an interview based JavaScript course here. That's look fine for me, isn't it? That's cool. And there we go. There's actually our tagline here. And now what I'm going to do here basically, I'm going to create a rectangle here. And because this course is going to be a premium edition, because this course is going to be so nice. Actually I did a very hard work to designing this course. This course is really great, and this is actually a premium course. So what I'm going to do here basically, I'm going to write here premium edition. Well, you should be very creative while you're designing your business card. You can just create like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 business card and then just show it to clients. So just see which business card design your client likes. So based on that you will go and create like your other documents. Remember that one. But now in this case I'm going to make it very like very awesome, but just keeping it very simple. So I get back to here, and I'm just going to grab this rectangle here, and let me just, first of all, you can see this is actually a safe zone area. So I'm going to create in the first of all safe zone area, and this is not going to be so much important information, so I can place it outside this safe zone area. It's really it's really up to me. So yeah, I can get back to here, and now I'm going to just place it here, and I'm going to just make it like there you see it's a 0.2 here. So 2, I can make it this much big, but let me just make it 0.18 is gonna be fine, I guess. There we go. And this much big is really great for me, I guess. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. So let me just press control. Here you can see column or semicolon. You can just go ahead, place this one, and I'm going to hide that guide, and you can see your business card right here, right? Great. So let me just bring my hair back, and there we go. This is fine. And now what I'm going to do, I basically just get back to here and click this one. Let me first of all go to this particular and I'm going to just lock this particular stuff here. So you can see this rectangle, I can just go ahead and lock it out here, so I cannot move it here. There we go. And now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab this particular text here, and I'm going to write here premium edition here. So okay, fine, sorry about it, this is actually premium edition, right? There we go. So you can see actually I'm not going to use this particular Sejo script here. I'm going to use simple Arial here. So Arial, and there you go, this is Arial, and this is fine for me. And remember, if we are using capital and small letter combination, then don't go below 8 point, but if you're using only capital, you can go to 6 point up to. So let me show you what I mean here. So you can see here, if I just go to this 6 point here, you can see now you can see 7 point, 6 point, you can see it very clearly here. You can see, because this is actually capital letter, and you can see it very clearly here. That is fine, remember this guy, okay? So now what I'm going to do here, basically I'm going to just grab it here, and here I'm going to place it here. There we go, premium edition here, and I'm going to obviously change its color to be something like a different here. So obviously swatches here, and this color I want, right? There we go. And now let me just go ahead and just add some tracking here. So I can go to character here, and I can add tracking here. So let's go ahead, first of all, 200 tracking. So now I can see now control semicolon, and I can see, oh, it's not look that much good. Let me just go to once again get back here, and I'm going to just tracking even more. So let me go to here 500, like bigger here, and now I can just bring it here. Let's see how it's look. So that's look fine here, but now first of all let me just go ahead and make this bold here and see how it's look. So I can just go ahead and bold. Yeah, that's look fine, but let's go ahead and increase more tracking. So I can just go ahead and let me add here 800, see how it's look. So there we go, and I can go and bring it here. Let me bring my guide here first of all by pressing control semicolon, and there we go. And now if I press control semicolon to hide my guide, you can see now that is look fine for me, like 800 tracking. That's great, premium edition, great. So this is fine for me. You can just go ahead and just create your own, like if you want to customize it, it's really up to you. So yeah, this is fine for me. I just go ahead, press my press control semicolon to bring my guide back here, and now this is fine for me. But actually I purchased an entire domain for this particular course here. So I'm going to just after creating like more than 50 to 60 video, I'm going to create a separate domain for this guy. So what I'm going to do basically here, I purchased the jsinterview.com. so I need to display it somewhere in my business card. So what I can do basically here, I can bring my guide back, and this is actually most important information, so I can just display it here. So yeah, that's fine. So I can just get back to here, and I click here, and I'm going to write here the jsinterview.com. Here we go. So yeah, this is the domain I purchased, but you can see actually it's having a lot of tracking here. So I can just go to here, and I'm going to decrease its tracking to be something like well, I still need tracking. So what I can do basically, I can just go ahead and give it something like 50 tracking here. Let's see how it's look. So yeah, that's look fine for me. You can see that's great. I can just go ahead and place it here, but you can see this is actually a very bold here. I'm going to make it regular here, regular, and now you can see it's fine. And let me just see how it's actually look on this narrow here. So narrow, narrow is look really fine, great. And let me go to narrow bold here. Narrow bold is also fine. I don't want actually bold here. So let's go to narrow here, narrow fine, but here you can see they actually 6 point. Let me make this 8 points. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, this is really great. But now I can see this .com is actually competing with this actual address here. So what I can do basically, I can just get back to here, and I'm going to just make this different color here, or I can simply just bring opacity to be down here. So how to bring opacity down? I can just go to here and bring this opacity down a little bit here. So not going to compete with actual address here. That's great, cool here. And now I just want to add something to show that this is actually internet address. So for that, actually I have this internet SVG. I can just go ahead, this actually icon here. I'm just going to grab any one of this one. So let me just grab this guy. I can just get back to here and shrink it like down here a little bit, like this much big here, even like even smaller here. There we go. And let me just bring it here, and let me just bring it little bit up here, and I'm going to just bring it here. There we go, that's fine. Let me just press Control semicolon and see how it's look. Well, let me just shrink it down here, so you can see here this look fine, isn't it? This is the actual size of your business card will actually going to look when you print it out. So yeah, that's look fine, isn't it? Cool. So let me press Control 0 to bring it once again here, and Control semicolon to just bring my guide back. And now this is actually our address here. Now what I want here, I'm going to add here a barcode. So if you want to scan with your cell phone, you can just simply just go ahead and scan with the cell phone, and it's going to just bring you on this particular site here. So that is also easy. I can just let me just get rid of this guy. I can go to file here, open, and I have this one QR code, and I have actually two of them. So let me just grab it here, Control 0, and I can choose any one of it, but I'm going to choose this guy because this is on business card, so it's actually going to look really nice on small stuff. So I can bring it a little bit up here. There we go. And there we go. This is actually inside this safe zone area. This is important here, right? So Control semicolon to hide my guide, and now you can see this looks fine for me, isn't it? Cool. So let me just once again bring this Control semicolon to bring my guide, and you can see here this is actually narrow here. Let me just see how it's look on bold here. There we go. Actually regular. Regular looks really nice. Great. But here you can see this is actually 8 point. Let me just sync out to 7 point. See how it look. 7 point or 6 point, and that's fine. I mean, this is not recommended here, but let me just go down here and see how it look. Well, that's look fine here. That's cool. So yeah, that is look really nice, isn't it? So actually I'm going to keep it on the 6 point here, 6 pixel I guess, but you don't do that, right? I mean, if you're doing, because this is actually simple the jsinterview.com, this is the address here, and let me just make this 7 point. Actually this is fine for me, right? But you remember that you must need to just place it into 8 and up here. So now in this case actually 7 looks fine for me. I think you can see this is actually a business card size here, and you can see yeah, that's fine. That's look really nice, very clear, right? So yeah, that is gonna be fine for now. Well, you can see this is actually our front side, but there's a one problem. You can see if I just go ahead hide this guide here, you can see this is look really nice here, isn't it? Cool. But that's not that much cool. I want something to stand out. So what should I do here? Well, you know what, if you are designing your business card, it's really awesome when you actually include your signature, sign, because that is the actually proof of the positivity. I mean, everybody love sign obviously. So you need to place some kind of a very nice attractive stuff. So in this case I think I'm going to place my signature here. So that's gonna be look really even more awesome and even more enthusiasm instructor. That's cool. So what I can do basically, Control 0 to bring in front here, definitely it's front, and now I'm going to use here Rahul here, and I'm going to place a simple this dash here, and now I just want to convert into sign. So I need to find any font which is actually convert to sign here. You can see brush script mode is really look fine for me. If I just go ahead this guy, you can see how's look. Yeah, that's look fine, isn't it? That's look like a sign. Great, that's cool. So I can just grab it here, And here what I'm going to do, I just go ahead and just going to just make this much big here and rotate it, and then there we go. This looks fine for me, I guess. Cool. That's fine, but I need this line here, so I can just go to here and I'm going to create a simple line which is going to be like something like, you know, this here. I think yeah, this one big is gonna be fine. Let me give it a stroke here, and there we go. So yeah, this looks really you know, big strokes here. So I can just get back to here and I can simply just say here 0.5 pixel. It's really, you know, easy. 0.5, and this is gonna be a little bit even smaller here. And what I can do basically here, you can see this is actually, you know, outside this one, so I can just go ahead, and because this is actually you know, font here, I can simply, and now I hit this one, and now you can see here that's look fine for me, I guess. Let's bring it down here. There we go. And yeah, this is not the actual real sign here, but you actually get the idea here, right? There we go. That's fine, I guess. So sign, yeah, that's cool here. Let me just place it a little bit up here. There we go. And that is really great here, so that's fine for me. I can just shrink it down here, and I can just rotate it like, you know, here little bit, so you can actually see it like a real sign here. And let me bring my guide back here, so you can see I'm going to paste it in very center here. You can see it now, it's actually in very center here. That's great. I can make it a little bit big, I guess, if I wish to, you know, see. That's great. So now if I press control, you know, a semicolon to just hide my guide, now you can see this look is even more fine here, because there's, see, there's my website logo, this is the tagline, and there's actually my sign, and this is actually showing me that this actually course is actually premium edition, my this particular website name, and this is actually QR code, so you can simply scan it and directly, you know, go to my website. Great, that's fine. So now if I had just control minus here, you can see this is actually the front side of my business card. That's great. So now you can see actually I designed it, and this looks pretty fine for me. You can see, yeah, this good, right? Great. So now actually we have just designed our front side. Now let me get back to here and just bring this back side here. So I can simply click on that and press Ctrl 0 to bring it front here, and I'm going to press Ctrl semicolon to bring my guides here once again. And now here what I'm going to do basically, I'm going to create even here two boxes here. So first of all, let me just go ahead and create a two rectangle here. So first of all, I'm going to create a one simple rectangle. This is going to be full here, and I'm going to keep it in this color here, and I'm going to just grab it here and just going to bring it here. There we go. This center. Great. And now I'm going to hold Alt key. It's actually going to bring it here, and you can see I can bring it anywhere, so I can hold my Shift key, so it's going to, you know, bring it in straight line here, and I'm going to just paste it here. There we go. Leave it off, and now actually I have these two boxes here. So first of all, I'm going to just keep these boxes in this color, but I'm going to make this box in white color here. So let me go to here and make this white here. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, you know, lock this guide. So this one and this one. Now it's locked. Now I cannot move this guide. Okay. So yeah, let me get back to here. And now what I'm going to do basically here is that, you know, first of all, let me just hide my guide here. There we go. And here you can see this is actually coming outside of this guy. Well, it's fine. It doesn't matter, because that's gonna be, you know, cut it out. So I press Control semicolon, you know, once again. And now what I want here, I'm going to place my logo here, and I'm going to place, you know, all those, you know, my name and instructor, and even if you want to add some kind of icon or simply your picture, you can just add it here, and then social network. That's it. This is the only thing I just, you know, worry about here right now. So what I'm going to basically, I'm going to just, you know, so it's fine. Let me just bring it from here. So I'm just going to just bring it here. Let me first of all get rid of this guy. I don't want that, right? There we go. And now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to shrink it down here a little bit, small, and I'm going to make it in very center here, in this two line here. So it's gonna be a very center. That's great. There we go. Perfect. And now let me just make it a little bit more big, so you can, like, you know, look really nice here. So you can hold down your Alt and Shift key. It will going to maintain aspect ratio, and it will going to increase it from center here. See, little bit big. There we go. It's not fitting here. There we go. So press Control semicolon to hide my guide. This looks really big here. Well, we can deal with it later, so it doesn't matter for me. So yeah, this is fine for me. Now here what I want, actually I have already included my tagline here in the front side. So now here what can I add here? The main goal for my course. So I can add here, learn, understand, practice and get hired. That's really fine here. So what I can do basically here, I can simply just once again, yeah, I can grab this guy, click here, and I'm going to write here, learn, understand, practice and get hired. That's it. That's fine for me. I'm going to make use of that font. Actually I used to know just place my tagline here. So that was actually name is Sejo script here. So where's Sejo script? There we go. Sejo script here. Click this one and I can see. Yeah, great. And even I'm going to make it bold here. There we go. That's fine for me. And there we go. That's great. So that's fine. Now what I'm going to do here basically, I'm going to just bring this guy here, and here I'm going to just place it around here. There we go. And I'm going to grab this guy and just going to click here and hit this one. So it's going to place it here and Control it to select all, and now you can see I can just go ahead and center it out. So now you can see it's going to center out here. I can just go ahead and I can bring it here, right? There we go. Learn, understand, practice and get hired. That's fine, right? There we go. That's fine. Great. So yeah, if you want to include your sign here, you can just go ahead and easily do that. That's really big deal here. So I can, let me just go ahead and make this small here. So let me just bring it here. That's fine for me. Cool. So now one thing here, you can see this actually just make it a 7 point here. Well, I can make it this 8 point here. It's really gonna be fine. So yeah, it's really depend on how actually you are going to design the stuff. So you can see now in this case is actually getting away from this line here. So what I can do basically, well, I'm going to just make this 7 point here, and that's the only reason because in the 7 point it's really look fine, because if I go to 8 here, it's going to go outside of this this area here. So it's really fine. I can use 7 point, or you can simply just go for 7.5 point, but stay closest to 8, right? There we go. There we go. This is look fine for me. Great. So press Control semicolon to hide my guides, and now you can see here this is actually no, it's not look that fine here. You can see it's actually coming all the way to this darker area. So let me just go ahead, click this one, and let's make this 7 point. It will be fine here. And now if I just Control semicolon to hide my guide, now you can see this is fine for me. Now it's not coming closest to this darker area. That's fine. Great. So yeah, I can just get back to here. I can just go to swatches here, and I can just go ahead and hit this guy, and now I can see that's fine for me. Great. Well, if you want to include your signature here, you can just go ahead include it. In this case, we'll actually talk about it later in this movie. But now here, actually, I want to include my particular domain name. So what I can do basically, I'm just going to grab this this particular domain name here, and I'm going to hold my Alt key, so it's going to create copy for me. See, it's now created copy here, and now I'm going to just bring it here. So I just go ahead and hold on your space bar, and then you can just drag it from here, and now I'm going to just bring it here. You can see now it's actually you can see it's now actually hiding here, and that's only reason because of it's actually going beyond. So you can right click on this one, and you can go to arrange here, and you can see here bring front or forward. You can see bring to front here, click this one, and now it's actually going to bring it front here. Well, you can see here this is actually coming all the way here, and because of the domain name we have included here, you can just go ahead and shrink it down. It's really doesn't matter here. You can just go ahead, let me just make this 6 pixels, even 5 pixels. It's fine for me because I have already added this domain name here in this front side. So it really doesn't important to just include it in backside, but I'm just including anyway. If you want to include it, it's really up to you, or you can simply just go ahead and make it 6 point like 6 pixel, or you can simply just go ahead, let me just make this 5.5. It's still fine. So I can just go to here, and let me just sink it down here. There we go, and there we go. This is fine, right? So I can just get back to here, bring it, here we go. That's fine. Let's make little bit big here, this one. So there we go. This is a little bit big here. Fine. There we go. So yeah, So yeah, that's fine, right? Cool. So there we go. Yeah, great. And now here obviously I'm going to just make use of this one because actually I use this domain name here, so I'm going to make use of here and hold on your Alt key, so it's going to create copy of this one. Now this has got to actually back here, so right click this one, arrange and bring to front. That's it, it's got here. And now I'm going to just just make this a bit small here, so you can see. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So yeah, if you want you can just go ahead, bring it a little bit down here. There we go. This is fine. And now what I'm going to do basically here, I need this particular bar here, so let me just go back to here. You can see actually I need this bar here, so I just want to increase it there. So you can see I cannot copy this one because actually I have locked it here, so I'm going to unlock it. So you can see this was actually let me just unlock it and see. Here we go. If I click this one, yeah, this is the same, right? Great. So I'm going to copy this one and obviously this one and which one, yeah, this one, right? So this one and this one both, and I'm going to press Control C here, Control C, so Control copy here. And now once again I'm going to just lock it here and just lock this guy over here. And now I can get back to here, and here instead of Control V I'm going to just add here Control Shift V. So Control Shift V, simply Control Shift V means that it's going to paste into place. So here you see now actually it's placed into that simple place here. That is great. So yeah, that's fine for me. That's great. But here you can see it's actually coming out from here. I can just go ahead and let me just sink it down here. So there you go. I can just get back to here and select this one, and I'm going to just bring it up here. There we go. And now I'm going to once again lock it, and now I'm going to select this guy, this one, and again I'm going to just bring it to here. There we go. And I'm going to lock it. There we go. That's perfect for me. Great. And now you can see now it's actually I placed here. Now what I want here, you can see this is the not same color I'm using here, so I just want to use this color. So I can simply just get back to once again here, and you can see here this is the right. I'm going to just unlock it, and here click this one and go to swatches here, and I'm going to click this guy. This is the color I want here. And that's fine. Now if I just go ahead and hit Control semicolon to hide my guides, you can see this actually looks same color here. You can see there's no difference here. And now what I'm going to do here, basically you can see this is actually fine here. So basically let me just go ahead and add a simple bar here. So I'm going to bring my guide back here, and now what I'm going to do basically here, I'm going to just grab this line here and I'm going to add a simple line here. I'm just going to make it a little bit good, right? So yeah, there we go. This is fine. And I'm going to increase the stroke to be something like a 2 point. And now let's see how it looks. So I can just go ahead, bring it here, and now I can see, yeah, that's look fine for me. So what I can do, that's cool, great here. And now I want that cap here. So you can see this is actually complete rectangle here. So let me just add cap here. I can go to this strokes here, and here you can see I just go ahead, click this one, and I can see now it's added that cap here. So yeah, that is fine. It's really easy to do that. So now it's actually just making a very simple here. So you can see if I just go ahead, you can see that's look really a little bit nice even. So yeah, it's really up to you what you're actually doing. Seriously, it's up to you. So yeah, that's done here. And now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to bring my custom guide back by hitting just Control and semicolon. And now what I'm going to do here, basically I'm going to create a simple triangle here. So it will going to show that this is actually, this area is the part of this one. So what I can do here, basically I just go to this rectangle, I can just go to this star tool here, and now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to just create this star here. You can see this star. So how to create a rectangle? Well, this is really easy. You can just hold down up arrow key or down arrow key in your keyboard. So simply you can see in this case I'm going to hold my down arrow key. You see now it's now it's actually complete triangle here. And if you want to increase it, you go ahead and hold up arrow key. You can see. So this actually save creations in Illustrator, and if you really want to curious that how to do that, go ahead and actually I have an entire course dedicated to mastering shapes creation in Illustrator. So go ahead and take a look, because in that particular course actually I have explained clearly that how to create awesome shapes in Illustrator by using these tools. Great. So now because this is actually, you can see triangle is created here, I just need to decide that how big I want this triangle. So this is fine for me, and I don't want any strokes here. I want this particular fill here, and fill is gonna be like I'm going to give it a white here, because this is actually gonna be part of this guy. So what I'm going to do here, basically I'm going to get rid of this here. And now I want to just place it here. So what I can do basically here, I'm going to just just rotate it. So I'm going to rotate it here, like this here. And what I do here, I just go ahead and rotate it to be like fit here properly. So there we go. This is fine, I guess. This is great, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I can just go ahead and bring it here. You can see that's look fine. Let me just bring, and now I can just go ahead, select this one, and I can bring it here. There we go. That's fine. And now I can see, now this is actually showing that this triangle is actually this is actually this part of this guy. Simple start. So yeah, there we go. This is actually our triangle here. That's fine. Now actually we have just designed this part. Now let's go ahead design this one. But before going there, this look too bold here. So if you want, you can just go ahead and let's make it regular here, see how it looks. So you can see regular looks really fine here. You can see, cool. So I'm just going to keep it regular, and you can see this is fine. But now let me just go to here. Let me just go to narrow here, see how it look. Yeah, narrow is looks fine here. So yeah, that's simple here. Okay, that's great here. So now what I'm going to do here, basically I'm going to just include here my name. So obviously I'm just going to create this guy, and this is gonna be Rahul Giri here. This is actually my name here, and obviously I'm going to make it like 7 or simply 8 pixel. Yeah, that's fine. And obviously I'm going to choose here white. There we go. And this is perfect here. Cool. I'm just going to grab it, and I'm going to, you can see this is actually narrow. I don't want narrow here, I want here regular. That's fine for me. That's great. Rahul, get him, and I'm going to just paste it here inside this safe zone area. This is actually, yeah, this is kind of important information. Okay, fine, that's great. So yeah, there we go, that's great. Now I need to place an instructor, so I can just go ahead and here I can type here instructor, and I want this instructor on this full capital here. So that's gonna be a great here, and if this is capital I can go to 6 point here. That's fine, right? Even I can go to 5 here, it's look fine, but I just want to keep it 6 point here, or pixel you can say. And I can just go ahead and grab it here. You can see this looks a little bit after this one. So I can go to character here, and you can see there's a tracking here. I can just go ahead and decrease it, and let's see. Now you can see, now that's fine. So there we go. Yeah, that's fine here. Let me just make 20 here. There we go. Perfect. So now I can make it actually obviously I can make it like this white here, but it's actually going to compete with my name. I don't want to get compete with my name. So what I can do, basically I can get back to here, and I'm going to make some decisions here. So I can choose any color which is actually going to look similar to this guy. So this is gonna be fine. Great. And one more thing, that if you are actually choosing like a different color for your text, it's really fine. But if you are choosing color for your logos or for the graphics, it's really important to choose coated or uncoated colors. Remember this one, right? Great. So that's fine here, I guess. And we're actually going to come back to this guy. It's really up to you. Just check which actually going to fit like properly. So I can get back to here, and what I can do basically here, I think I need to get back to my swatches here, and I'm going to select this guy, right? And after selecting this guy, I can get back to my this particular guide here, and you can see now actually I have lots of variant here. You see, that's great. So now I can see this is fine for me, and now I close it here. So there we go, that's fine. And now here what I can do, if you want to include your picture here, definitely you can just go ahead and do that. In this case I'm not going to include my picture, but obviously I'm going to include any icon here, that is computer user. And yeah, because this is gonna be like code based course, I mean I'm going to create a code here, because this is actually a programming course. I'm going to make use of this particular icon here, so I can just grab it here, and just let me just go ahead and close it out here first of all. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to shrink it down. Here we go, there we go. And here I'm going to bring it up here, there we go. and that's fine because you can see now it's actually completely aligned here. That's great. And obviously I'm going to choose it color for this one. It's gonna be like a white here. That's great. And if you want to choose another color, you can just do that. It's really up to you. I can just go ahead, shrink it here, and there we go. That's fine for me. If you want, you can let me just decrease it to be 5 point here. See, yeah, that's look fine here. See, so it doesn't matter because now you can see this is actually a capital letter, so it's really gonna be fine for like even a small city. You see this much smaller, and now you can see it like it's look fine, right? Great. So this is actually too small. So this looks fine for me. So yeah, that's fine. Instructor, you see all green instructor. Great. Now what I can do basically, let me just go ahead and increase this tracking, so it's going to fit it here. So I can just get back to here and make this 50, I guess. 50 is not that much nicer. Okay, I need to make it a little bit like big here, so let's make it 200. And now if I just go to here, let me just place it here. You can see this is too big here. Let's make it 150 and see how big it is. So now I can bring it here, we go, and here, there we go. Yeah, now it's look fine, right? Great. So here's my name. Here's I'm an instructor, obviously. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my social address here. So for Facebook, for Google Plus, and for Twitter. So here's the one thing I just want to show you, that if you are actually going to use this social stuff here, let me get back to here, and what you can do basically here, you can just go ahead, search for font awesome here, and go to this click here, and even if you want, you can just go ahead and grab any icon, you can use it here, but I just want to tell you that font awesome is really great here. You can simply just get back to here. I can just go to download here, click this one, and now you can just click this one, and now you can actually download this one and you can install it in your PC. And if you just do that, you can see here, if I go to icon here, and there's a lot of icon here, so you can just use it directly in your particular like graphic designer software. So you can see here I can use any icon if I just installed a font awesome in my PC. So let me show you that I can just click this guy, and now here you can see this is actually font awesome cheat sheet, and here I can just simply go to Control F here, and here I'm going to just find here Facebook. And you can see I have this Facebook icon, and I'm going to make use of this square one, right? This one. So I can simply just copy this one, let's select this one and click here, copy it, and get back to here. And now what you're going to basically, you can just grab this text here, you can just come back to here, you can simply paste it here, and now see, now it's not working here, but you can just go ahead, Control A, and now you can just come back to here. And actually font awesome I have already installed in my PC, so I can just go ahead, search for font awesome. You see font awesome, and this is true type. I can just go ahead, click this guy, and now you can see it's turned to, now you can see now it's turned to this Facebook icon. So this is really great. You can just go ahead and use it. This is fine, right? So I can just go ahead and just select it, and obviously I need it in white here. So click this in white, and now it's actually turned to white here. But now I can see here this is actually 5 point. I can make this let me just make it 6 point, and if you want bigger, you can just make 7 point, 8 point. It's really up to you. Let me just make 7 point. Let me just make 8 point. It's fine here, right? Great here. And now I can just go ahead and add here my Facebook page address. Well, seriously, I don't have any page for Facebook, but the JS interview, that's it, the JS interview. And now I'm going to grab it here, and let me just bring it here, right? And you can see here there's actually a lot of tracking here, so I'm going to just grab this guy over here and just decrease its tracking to be something like a 000 or simply 20 to add some little bit tracking here. That's fine. Great. So yeah, this is my Facebook address here, and it's not a real address, right? I just had to write it because of okay, fine. You got it, I think. Great. So you can see now this address is actually directly competing with my icon here. So you can actually either increase the size of your icon, or you can simply decrease it. So let's decrease it, and now you can see that's fine. If you want, you can just go ahead and you can just go to obviously decrease some opacity here. So you can see this is gonna be a little bit small here, and yeah, a little bit darker. Great. So yeah, this is fine for me, I guess. Yeah, this is fine for me. I can see. Now I want to add here my Twitter handle and Google Plus, so I can go to here. I can hold on my Alt key and you can see it's actually bring it here. If you want to just copy any stuff in the same direction, you can just hold on the Shift key and see. Now it's actually going to just going to be it's very straight here. So there we go. And now here I'm going to paste my Google or Twitter. So let's search for Google here. So Google, and this is going to be plus here. So Google Plus, actually I didn't find it here. So let's search for Google here, and there we go. This actually see plus square one. I'm going to copy this guy, Control C, or simply copy, and I'm going to just get back to here, and here I'm going to paste it. And here I can just write here the just interview on obviously Google. That's great. Yeah, same. I can just get back to here, hold on my Alt key and Shift key, and here I can simply just go ahead and just leave it down here. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to here and just search for Twitter here, and Twitter Square version I'm using here. So you can see this is actually version Twitter Square here. See, copy, and select this text here. I can get back to here and paste it here, and now this is Twitter icon, and in Twitter I can simply write here at the rate the JS interview. It's really easy right? So I can just grab it here, and you can see this is the Facebook the JS interview, Google Plus the JS interview, and this is the Twitter the JS interview. So this is my social network stuff. Well, if you want to add some extra bit of information here, you can just go ahead and you can add some extra bit information about yourself, what you actually do, what you you're doing, or whatever. It's really gonna be like that much simple here. So this is actually simple. Let me just go to here and let me search for my name, Rahul Giri here, and I can get back to here, and I'm going to copy my tagline here, so I can paste it out there. I can just go ahead and grab this tagline. So Rahul Giri, this you see, this entrepreneur, web developer and graphic designer, copy it. I can get back to here, and I can simply just go ahead and create a simple text box here. And okay, I need my safe zone area, so obviously that's important. So you can see now there we go. So now I can just go ahead, paste it here, and you can see it's actually pasted in center here. You can just go ahead and align to be left here, and here you can just go ahead. Obviously that you can just change this color to be white here, and yeah, that's fine here. Now you can see the 7 point. Well, you can make it 6 points, so it's not going to compete with the actual main stuff here. And yeah, if you want, you can just go ahead and obviously decrease this opacity, so that's gonna be fine. Decreasing opacity is a really great choice here. And yeah, here you can just go ahead and just write here an entrepreneur, web developer and graphics designer. Obviously here you can just go ahead and just place it up here. So now if I just go ahead, press Control semicolon to hide my guides, and now you can see this is actually our business card. Now I just go ahead, select this one, and now if you want, you can just go ahead and add effects here. So you can just go ahead choose drop shadow, inner glow, outer glow. It's really up to you. So let me show you. If I just go to here outer glow, or you can simply just go to drop shadow here, you can just go ahead, turn on this preview, and at the real time you can see what is actually going to apply it here, right? So you can see, you can just go ahead to say the multiply or soft light. It's really up to you. It's really easy to do that, right? And if I just go ahead and yeah, I can just choose anyone like this color, and you can see here at the live, you can see how it's actually effect. You can see there's actually that particular, you can see it very clearly here, you see. And now after that, what you can do, basically you can just go ahead and apply some kind of a shadow effect here if you wish to do that. It's really up to you. So you can go to effect here and go to stylize, go to drop shadow here, feather, inner glow, outer glow. So you can just go ahead and you can apply outer glow if you want. You can just go ahead, turn on this preview. It's going to show you real time what is actually going to apply here. And yeah, I can just increase blur. You can see it's increasing up and up and up. Well, I don't want to apply this outer glow here. Basically what I can do, here I just go to here and I can just select like this particular box here. So I locked it here, so I'm going to just select this box here. See, this is the box, right? And I can just go ahead and I can simply just bring this opacity a little bit down here. Not that much down, but yeah, little bit down. So now I can see my difference between this particular here and here, right? Great, fine. So now you can see the difference here. Now it's actually done here. That's great. And now you can see there is actually front side of a business card and back side of a business card. So yeah, this is how you can actually design your horizontal business card, and this is really great. But remember that if you actually want to design this business card for your client, you need to provide multiple design to your clients, so see what they like and what they don't, and based on that you can just go ahead and create your business card, right? So yeah, this is how you can actually design your horizontal business card. So I hope you learned something. If you have any doubt, let me know in the forum. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me in this movie. See you in the next movie. Till then, take care.